Welcome back to NBA Cinema Guys. So look, we got to talk about this John Morant, Klay Thompson situation. Klay Thompson has still been on a decline this year. It's been over the last few seasons, but he hasn't been able to find his jump shot on a consistent basis this year. A lot of the noise around his relationship with Meg the Stallion has been louder than his actual play. It's not a diss, it just is what it is. John Morant is nursing an injury um, and trying to get back to to his old self. Ja is been mentioned in trade talks. A lot of things going on with him and the coaching staff right now. But today, he stepped up for his young guys. Klay Thompson had gotten into it with Santi Aldama and a few of the other guys and some of the commentators that called Klay out. Let's play the clip of what they said first, because we're going to get into what Klay said after the game towards John Morant.
Oh, stop it, Klay Thompson. I see, grabs a leg there. And Klay Thompson is doing Klay Thompson things, barking at the Grizzlies. It's not even his nature. Nothing about that is in his nature to do any of it. Just go ahead and sit down. They'll it'll probably be a technical foul of some nature, but there's no way in the world. Klay Thompson has never been an enforcer. You're never going to be an enforcer in this league in any way, shape, or form.
Now, you can see in this clip, John Morant pointing his finger in Klay Thompson's face, Klay Thompson slapping it down, and it's getting to the point where it looked like they were about to get into it for real. And Klay has some words to say about that, because this extends all the way back to the Warriors.
Yeah, come on now.
Tell who the best shooter in the house was.
Let's go, baby.
Talking there with Vince Williams, Aldama.
It was a great time.
So could you walk us through those interactions and adding on to the John Morant interaction at the end of the game?
With the tall guy, I thought just that's not cool. I've seen them do dirty stuff before. I remember in the playoffs 2022, he broke my teammate's elbow. A dirty hit. That was that made me think of that. I don't like seeing that done. But rookie, that's not cool. I'll compete with you all the other basketball. Don't be dirty. It's not good. And Williams, just kept that same energy, kept chirping. Thought he flopped, and I got tied up with something. And then with Ja, he's a funny guy. He has a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. But that's for another day.
What did Ja have to say this occasion?
Nothing of intelligent
Positive Mike.
depth. It was really just his just running his mouth. And he'd run on his mouth for a long time. It's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of his career so far, just leaving us wanting more. We all want to see him out there do his best, but it's just been letting a lot of other stuff get play of that. We need our best players to be out there. When you're a star, it comes with great responsibility. I hate to see that go to waste.
You just talked about the history between you and Phoenix. Obviously, you got playoff matches against them when you were at Golden State. Just what is it about that matchup that brings out the best in you from a competitive standpoint?
Well, I actually do have a lot of respect for the Grindhouse. Mike Conley and Zach Randolph, Marcus Salt. That was a hard team to beat. Oh my goodness. This new team, I don't know. We just talk about. They've always talked about. They never backed it up either. Well, true. So, don't really respect that. I respect guys who back up to talk, to play, because talk is cheap. Trust me, but I've been in this league a long time.
Now, why did Klay get mad at Santi Aldama? Because right there, he tried to take out Dallas Mavericks #1 overall pick Cooper Flagg on that clip I just showed you right there. So that's what Klay was upset about, and so he got in Aldama's face, and then Ja comes over and does what he does. Now, there's one thing to be sticking up for your teammate. Obviously, John Morant stuck up for some of the younger guys on the team, but at the same time, you also have to tell guys in the NBA, we're not trying to hurt people. And I'm sure Klay thought back, like he said, in his post-game interview, he thought back to when Gary Payton Jr. was taken out the sky by Dylan Brooks in 2022, on a fast break, end up, I believe, breaking his hand or something like that. So there is gamesmanship, obviously, but, you can be physical, right? You don't have to give anybody anything. But when you start playing with people's younger extremities, giving them blind side blows, below the knees, then anything can start to happen, in people's career. You start messing with people's money and stuff then. Obviously, you can get hurt in basketball, but pulling them down, clipping them by the ankles and all that type of stuff when they're trying to get up, y'all tangled up. That stuff is one of those things, you'd love not to see. And so Klay stood up for his young guy, obviously trying to just establish some type of culture. That's what you have a veteran for on the team, too. When you see things like that, a vet, Klay shot not falling, Klay is not the Klay of old, cool, but I still have my travels throughout this league, and I have my voice, so I'm going to use that. Now, Ja Morant comes up, speaks to him, and says some things and points his finger in his face, and obviously Klay gonna slap that down like any man would. I think the Grizzlies, I think he plays a little better when he has these type of things going on. But I do know if you add this with him being injured again and him being in the Rockets, right now, it's probably not the best look, because what happens if you do, or other guys on your team start fighting, then y'all are in a fight and you're in street clothes in a fight and you're the franchise player? What if it would have gotten there? That would have not been a good look. So you don't want to unnecessarily escalate the situation, because you have coaches and different people who's already within the organization looking at you a certain way anyway. So again, this is regular NBA stuff. People getting into it, getting too physical, people talking about it. But I want Ja, obviously to be mindful. I want him to use this as fuel to come back to be the player that he was, before he left. He needed, not before he left this last time, but before all the gun stuff started happening. Because there's been somewhat of a steep decline after that time period, because he was already having injuries to go along with that. So I want him to refocus. They're going to need him. You've got some terrific young guys. Klay, in his interview, I didn't play it, but he mentioned Cedric Coward, who was a Washington State Cougar as well. So Klay and Cedric Coward probably has a tremendous relationship. He said somebody else, I believe, on that team too. So he's, he loves those guys. And so, it's just one of those things, man. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.